Here's the second day using the body wrap on Mareda. She did really good today. I'm so thrilled with how good she did. She started stretching more in the trot. She had no reaction when it first got put on. Walking around was no problem. I sped it up just a little bit just to show you how she did initially walking off with it. It was a really windy day, so I was prepared for anything, and she just did so amazing. So here she's turning around, walking the other way, doing really good. She didn't hit the poles as much either. She did knock them a couple times, but not like she did the first day wearing this, which did improve by the end of our session. So she just got a little bit excited there, trotted, but nothing explosive. Get her trotting. She just needed to find a little bit better coordination with the poles. She was coming in too far there, so I just had her restart and do it again. She did much better. She was a little bit quick in the beginning, but she did settle into a nice rhythm, nice cadence as she went on. And here she starts offering more stretching, which in the past has been difficult to get unless I was right beside her, kind of asking her, but she was willingly stretching down. I did give it a verbal cue of relax, and then she would stretch her neck down. I've also used a verbal cue of stretch in the past with other horses. I kind of think I like stretch better than I like relax, but once you pick a word, you should stick with it. So for her, it was relax. And she offers it, and then she comes back up again, and then she offers it. But the fact she was offering it, I just was so excited about, because that means she's going to start using her back better. She'll start stretching over her entire top line, which she can do at the walk just fine, but the trot's always been difficult. So I really am impressed by how this body wrap works. It's working the way the book says it's intended to with her, so that's amazing. Highly recommend this for spooky horses that tend to be looking around after seeing what a change it has made in Mareda. And I look forward to continuing this training and doing more exercises that are in the book with the poles. So you'll see more of that to come. So here I'm just applying the back part. Again, no reaction, doesn't bother her at all. The other thing I want to point out is that she is in heat, and oftentimes when she's in heat, she's very sensitive in her hips, and she has been getting body work done by me as well as stretching before every single training session I do with her. And she was feeling really good even during her body work and her stretching before we got started, which I can often tell when she's in heat just by touching her hind end. She'll get flinchy or kind of swish her tail at me and get jumpy. And she had none of that. I actually noticed when I was brushing her tail out that she was in heat. So I was really surprised by that. So here with the back part on, just trotting. Again, more stretching, no big reactions. Good stretch there. And then, of course, the other side. And after this, I did some games at the mounting block. She knows how to yield her hind end over to me, so we just practiced that, practiced lining up. I put my weight over her back just to continue the progress of educating her that the mounting block is a good place. So she got some treats when she felt my weight on her back. And of course, when she would yield her hind end over, she got rewarded. So that was a nice stretch there. And she slowed down. I actually much prefer her slowing down than speeding up and being overreactive, so I'd much rather see a break in gait as a walk and not a rear. So here we are playing at the mounting block, me putting my weight on her, having her bend around and grab the treats I have, which is Timothy pellets. And I do this from both sides because I like my horses to be even on both sides and be comfortable with me doing things, mounting or dismounting both sides. Feel free to subscribe if you'd like to see more videos and get a notification when I post something new. You hit the little bell icon. So here's the other way. She kept moving away. She was a little confused because we haven't worked on that side as much. So I just stick with it. Keep encouraging her to turn around and step up. And I'm touching her on the opposite side of her hip because to her that's her cue for her to bring her hind end towards me. But she was just a little confused here. I just stayed calm and patient. So I went back to something she knows, rewarded her, went ahead and put my weight there. And then here we try doing the right side again, which will be her right. Still some confusion there. Just worked with her where she was at so we could get somewhere with this. When she gets a little too far away, I can just use a crop. And there, she was close enough I could get in there, give her the treat, put my weight on her. You see she yields her hind end over, get her into a better position, more of where I wanted her, and then a nice bend and reward. I really wanted to ride her, but she was doing so good I didn't want to risk making her too anxious by doing too many things in one day when she had already done such an amazing job. So often we get excited and we just want to push them that little bit further, and sometimes that's not always the best option. So I just kept that in mind and just stayed off of her back completely. But that'll come, and I still do ride her sometimes and let her graze while I'm sitting up there, so I'll start incorporating that back a little bit more. And there you see she looked, so I could tell she had some of that like lookiness in her as I was doing it, which is another reason I thought I better not sit up there. So here's just a little fun game teaching her to what is eventually hopefully going to be a little dance. So I just figured I'd keep that in there. And going together away, and you see she walked away there. When I go in towards her, it's much easier for her. Getting her to come in towards me, it's a little bit more complicated, but she did eventually get it.